Good morning, YouTubers, cosplayers, airsofters. Halo Reach M392 Bandit. This is my first 3D print airsoft gun in entirety. The STLs came from Specopsg on 3D Cults, and this is just a quick overview of my build. I believe this may be the only one in the UK. Don't know. Some other people might be designing them, printing them off as I speak. I have to do all this one-handed, so you'll have to forgive me. So, basically, airsoft version, AAP internals. Yeah. I made a few modifications to this, and I learnt a lot along the way. I also had a load of failures. Big failure box here. Yeah, make sure that when you print them, you think about how you're going to print it off. These pegs snap off quite easily. They take a lot of filing and fitting to get to fit into the trigger assembly. You need a long Allen key for the build, and you need to make sure that this part here is printed vertically or at an angle. Otherwise, like this one, it doesn't print correctly. This piece here has to be printed solid, no infill. Otherwise, there's a piece in here somewhere. The tag that holds the bolt in place where my thumb is there, that snaps off. You need to make sure that fit is really, really good with no gaps, and that the screw holes line up. Yeah, that's a downside to it. You just need to, because obviously 3D printed things aren't as strong as the normal things, and this AAP does give quite a wallop when it comes back. Yeah, there's a few parts in there that are failures that I've had to redesign, and I think Spec Ops has changed a few things because I gave him quite a bit of feedback on this, because it is done on a budget printer. If you're using a budget printer, I use the Creality Max Neo for this, which has got 300 by 300 print bed. Some of these parts, when you get them, you've got to think about how you're going to print them. So if you're planning on taking on something like this, you know, a lot of people were quite impressed with it when I took it to the one of the airsoft games I went to, and they couldn't believe how big it is. You know, I'm 6 foot and it comes to just above my waist. Yeah, so enough for my kitchen. So I redesigned this end piece because it were a G36 style with some blades, and I'm a bit ham-fisted and I snapped them off. So I thought, right, I'm going to redesign my own. So I redid my own there. Gas block, yeah, I redesigned that. And Spec Ops has now included a front sight, but this is my version. I just made it up and made it. My barrel and anything that's round barrel wise, I turned on my lathe because my 3D printer won't print anything tubular like that to that good a quality, and everything shrunk, and I just turned some new barrels. So they're out of nylon 6 of those, just for information. There's a piece in the middle here which I changed. I redrew. It's now got an M18 thread all the way through, and so the front part of the barrel screws into it, and then a short piece of barrel screws into there to support the inner barrel. And then I bought, for the AAP parts, I bought an extra piece which is like the silencer adapter, so I could screw another outer barrel on. So that means there's a break in the inner barrel, sorry, the outer barrel inside here. There's a break which enables, once you undo all these screws, to be able to pull all the working parts out without disassembling the whole gun. Yeah. So, and again, if anybody's planning on taking on this build, if you drop me a line in the comments, and I'll gladly give you the information that I did to be able to do that. I think thinking on is we could really do with a window cutting in here, so we could adjust the hop externally, because at the moment all the internal workings has to come out, and I were test firing it with a barrel in my back garden. We're test firing it, until I got the hop something like, and then I reassembled it all. So that's one little thing that could be amended, Spec Ops, if you're listening or watching this. Overall, you know, I'm learning a lot. I'm an engineer by trade, so I managed to work around a few things. The pistol grip, I dremeled that down because it just felt a bit too big for me. And then I used some plastic padding to sort of like mould a pistol grip, if you like. I turned the charging handle down because I like to faff around with my lathe a bit. So that's it on the other side. A quick coat of paint just for show, so I could get it to the last Airsoft game I went to. Yeah, apart from that, just a quick note, the internals that it uses from the AAP, that's the Action Army AAP, it's cheaper to buy the pistol than it is to buy the parts that are used inside. Cow do a load of parts for it, but I added it all up, and the bits that are used, it's cheaper to buy the pistol. And of course you get the magazine as well. And on that note, when you print in this magazine base, you need to sort of like, I've printed this solid. It took quite a lot of time because this little lip that the magazine sits in here snapped off on my first print. So I've been told that if I printed it at an angle like 45 degrees or something, it'd be a lot stronger. But I learn as I go along. So yeah, that's it. So the Specopsg designed Halo M392 Dmr rifle. I know it's a bit, the video's a little bit shabby and stuff like that, and it's not up to normal standards like people have on YouTube, but I'm doing it all by myself, unscripted, make it up as you go along. If you like it, just click me a like, thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Any questions, just drop me a line in comments. And thank you for watching. Cheers.